This is Denmark. Denmark, Wisconsin. It's a village in Brown County. It is actually part of the Green Bay Metropolitan Statistical Area. I-43 is just to our left a little bit. This is the outskirts. They got a McDonald's, gas stations. Starting to clear up. Look really nice outside, the sun. Denmark began to be settled by Danish immigrants in 1848 and is being referred to, along with Heartland, Wisconsin, as the nuclei of what developed into one of the most important regions of Danish immigration in the United States. So here we are coming into downtown Denmark. There's a barber shop. Got a bar, Rookie's Bar and Grill. I have never been through downtown Denmark. They've got Main Street Market and homemade pizza at DD's Saloon. Well, a pretty big area, actually. There's the Village of Denmark municipal offices. Denmark Saloon. It's a pretty big area. Gas, well, at least at this gas station, $2.65. Very expensive up here. You would think since you're out of the Milwaukee metropolitan area, it would be a little cheaper. But I guess you're in the Green Bay metropolitan statistical area, so it's a little more expensive. Okay. And I guess turn the corner here and you're out of town. The Big Bribe of 1854. In 1854, the residents of Brown County, Wisconsin voted on whether Green Bay or De Pere would be the county seat. This was also the year that residents of Denmark wanted to build a church, but they did not have any money. A man from De Pere came into town and offered to pay $2 for every vote the people of Denmark would cast in favor of De Pere. That sounds like a bribe to me. On election day, 15 men and boys from Denmark turned out to cast their votes for De Pere, and the town was given $30. But instead of building a church, as was originally intended, the town built a school. In 1906, the Chicago and Northwestern Railroad was built through the village. The depot was built in the downtown area. The railroad was originally planned to travel through Cooperstown, that we just visited, rather than Denmark, but railroad officials decided against this plan. On June 15th, 1915, the town of Denmark held a special election of the issue of incorporation. The vote tally was 109 in favor and 26 against. Later that year, Denmark was officially incorporated into a village. On March 3rd, 1949, Denmark State Bank was robbed of $38,000 at gunpoint. This was the first bank robbery in Brown County, Wisconsin. The FBI became involved and perpetrators were caught over the next few weeks. The last passenger train to come through the village was on April 30th, 1971. In 1981, Interstate 43 opened just west of the village. On September 7th, 1988, a Chicago and Northwestern train derailed as it was passing the Lake-to-Lake cheese plant. 20 of the 144 cars derailed, including several that were carrying sulfuric acid and fuel oil. They had to evacuate a large portion of the village. Take a little turn down over here. There is a historical plaque on that bank building. Schuster's Tavern. Not a lot going on here. You kind of start heading out of town this way as well. All right. Ooh, look at that nice grain elevator right there. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. it dead ends. That's not good. Let's do some demographics. Peak population 2020, 2,408. The racial makeup of the village was 95.3% white, 0.4% African American, 0.6% Native American, 0.7% Asian, 1.6% from other races, and 1.4% from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino, 2.4% of the population. Median age here, 37 years. Gender makeup of the village, 49% male, 51% female. Median income for a household in the village, $38,106. Males had a median income of $34,952 versus $25,000 for females. About 4.6% of families and 5.6% of the population were below the poverty line, including 6.4% of those under the age of 18 and 9.3% of those 65 and older. Yeah, that dastardly sun. When I first started out today, it was cloudy, and now the sun has come out to wreak havoc on my filming. I like this this baseball field here. This is pretty neat. I'm assuming this is Little League. Look at that. Home of the Vikings. And they got purple seats. The seats are purple. Very nice. There's the post office as I turn the corner here. United States Post Office, Denmark, Wisconsin, right over there. To the left, to the left. The bakery and board company, not open. The Denmark Saloon, I like that sign. So that's a Subway right there. Didi's Saloon. Let's see if we can find the depot. Let's see if we can find train tracks. I think they might have been. I think they were removed actually. Railroad Avenue. Oh, that would be the best place to look. Railroad Avenue. There's the American Legion on the right. Ooh. And there's DC United Corp. They got the gas for $2.67. Wow, gas is expensive. Welcome to Devil's River State Recreational Trail. I think this is where the train tracks used to go. Oh, that looks cool. Yeah, I think this is where the train tracks went. As we turn, we'll look at this one. Look at that beauty, huh? Denmark Flour Mills and Elevator. Wow. That is cool. It says Molly Johnson Studio, Fine Art. There's a caboose. Nice. Ooh, let's check out some neighborhoods in Denmark, Wisconsin, let's do one more pass through downtown, see if there's anything we missed. Nice little area. I like it. This is one of those towns where you could take a walk at 2 a.m. and just not be bothered, not have to worry or feel threatened for your safety. Just take a nice walk. Well, except for the drunks coming out of the bars, but yeah, I'm thinking this is where the train tracks were. Yep. Denmark, you got a nice little area here. But before we leave Denmark, we must give you some notable people. The question is, are there any notable people? And the answer is, why, yes. Yes, there are. We will pull over into this parking lot. There's Steve's Cheese, and then there's an antique store. It says open. And here we got a whole bunch of stuff. We got like old fire trucks and just crazy. It's craziness here, I say. There's an old bumper car. I figure this would be the best place to do notable people. What do you think, folks? We can look at that beautiful building, and I will do some notable people. First up, we have Erica Deichmann Gregg Nee Matheson. She was born in 1913, passed away in 2007. She was a Canadian studio potter. In the 1930s, she and her first husband created Deichmann Pottery, Canada's first studio pottery. She was born here in Denmark. Danon Kay, he was born in 1979. He's an American contemporary Christian musician and worship leader. He has released 5 studio albums: Take Glory from Our Praise in 2003, Transparent in 2004, She in 2006, Love is Waiting in 2011, and Flesh and Soul in 2015. He was born here as well. Red Ostergaard. He was born Roy Lund Red Ostergaard, born in 1896, passed away in 1977. He was a pinch hitter in Major League Baseball. He played for the Chicago White Sox for 1 year, 1921. He had 11 at-bats, 4 hits, and his batting average was .364. In 1921, he made his Major League debut with the Chicago White Sox. He was inserted as a pinch hitter 11 times that summer, hit 4 singles, and scored 2 runs. That was the only time he ever appeared in the majors. He then went on to play in the Texas League from 1923 to 25. He put up good hitting numbers there, batting over .320 all 3 seasons and hitting a total of 59 home runs. Jean Sutton. Eugenia Geneva Jean Sutton. She was born in 1917, passed away in 2003. She was an American science fiction author. The science fiction books were beloved by young teenagers. Most, however, have been out of print since the early 1970s. Some of the titles were The Beyond in 1967, The Programmed Man 1968, Lord of the Stars 1969, Alien from the Stars 1970, and The Boy Who Had the Power 1971. And that's going to do it for notable people from Denmark, Wisconsin. Well, well, well. What do we have here? That's not the least of it. Right here, look at this. There is a building back there as well. Now, I don't see any no trespassing signs, but I'm not getting out of my car. Look at that. Wow. Nice. Take one more shot here. I know the sun's kind of just happens to be at the right place at the right time, but look at that. That is an awesome looking old house right there. You know what that would make? A cool haunted house attraction. That's right. This is the unincorporated area of Lark. What's going on in Lark? There's nothing even mentioning on my Google Maps about a Lark. What do we have here in Lark? We have some empty buildings. Let's see here. Go straight, I guess. Man, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot going on here. There's a neat little church on the left. Yeah, devotions. Ooh, neat. Look at that. That's a cool little church right there. What do you think? we're coming into something. I see a sign. This is Wayside. Wayside. What's going on in Wayside? It's unincorporated. It has a garage at this intersection here. Suppose we can do a turn. See what Wayside has going on. Huh. Looks like a bigger area than I thought. Wayside. That's interesting that they don't have any information here. Wayside. That looks like an old bank building right there. Posted no trespassing. That is an old bank building. Oh boy, look at this one. Wayside Fire Department. Coming up here past this intersection, we have, oh, this is awesome. This is a neat little area. Wayside Lanes, they got a bowling alley here. Look at this place right here. What? It says something Saloon, Hills Saloon? What? We are definitely going to have to swing back around and check that out. Now, I was looking for some kind of information on Wayside. I mean, it's a pretty big area in my opinion. I have filmed much smaller areas that were at least incorporated or unincorporated. It says unincorporated here, but you can't find any information on it. There's the back of that old building again. Wow, that's kind of cool. That is really cool. Definitely want to turn here. Got a couple bars. You got Sally B's, and you got the Wayside Lanes. Whether or not that's still a bowling alley, looks like it is. Wow. All right, we're coming back in the Wayside. Coming up at the corner here, it's going to be that very cool looking garage. They tried getting something going here. They're downtown. This is kind of a little downtownish area. That says J.J. Hoffman's Harness Shop, 1910. Wow. And here it is, that beautiful old, it says Monahan. Look at that. And Wayside Garage. Wow. That is a beautiful, gorgeous old structure. And then there's pretty much just coming through town here. They do have a fire department. And there it is right there, Wayside Fire Department. And here's coming up is the old bank building I was talking about on my way out. Coming through the other side here. It says no trespassing, posted no trespassing. And this must have been a bar or restaurant at one point. Kind of looks like that kind of a building, doesn't it? Wow. Wayside surprised me. What a cool little area. And we still got other parts to look at here. Well, this was the way I came. Oh yeah, look at this one right here. Look at that old building right there. Ed Zipperer, building contractor. Very cool. There's an old cabin on the corner. Wow, Wayside, you are just surprising me. A lot of cool stuff here. What's this right here? Somebody living in this building here. I don't know. It's hard to tell. So here's a new Wayside Volunteer Fire Department. Let's take a look at that house one more time coming back in here. Because it almost does not look like it is inhabited. There's an old car there. Yeah, I don't think that house is inhabited. I think that house is abandoned. Yeah, that looks abandoned to me. Wayside. An unexpected gem.